We are live. We're live.
Is that the first thing on live?
No, it's the first thing is me laughing. I gotta lower you down just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
We're
The one bad thing about StreamYard is its audio stuff sucks.
Oh yeah, it is. It is just awful. All right, everybody. Yeah. All right. Now that I've
Are you laughing at my natty light?
I'm laughing at your natty light, but I'm also laughing about the fact that I forgot the words. Good day, everyone. Good evening. How you guys doing? It is the Geek-Posium. My name is Darren Silvers, the owner operator of HentaiCake.com. I am happy to see you're all still alive. You all made it through the year. Congratulations. Since we were last on before our post-Christmas vacation, everything went to hell.
Apparently.
Now, the funniest thing about this is I cannot for the life of me understand how it all went to shit.
I don't know. I mean, just looking at our articles, people are dying, Sentai's being bought out.
That was a shock.
We have 2 NASCAR articles.
Are you sure it's not just one NASCAR article just continuing from the last one?
Since we were on, there were 2 NASCAR articles about the same subject. I've got the latest one.
All right. Don't make me laugh too much. I'll die.
There were 3 NASCAR articles, but I've combined 2.
Okay. Okay, so what do we want to start with? Because you have everything, and I'm barely awake. I woke up after the shit show that is my job.
Let's take a live look into something that's going on right now.
All right, what you got?
I'm not actually going to it, but it's Twitter reporting of what's going on right now. And
Okay,
that's the launch. That's the launch.
Is it actually happening?
Of G4. It's happening. It is a shit show.
They've tried this 2 other times since G4 went under. No, don't get me wrong. When G4 originally came out, which I think was the late 90s, early 2000s, it was. Do you want me to share the screen, or do you want?
Go ahead and share my screen.
Now, it happened in the late, I think like the late 90s, or early 2000s. I think G4 came out. I remember watching it as a kid, and it was really cool as a kid.
Yeah, there were 2 different channels. There was Tech TV and there was G4. Tech TV was more computer focused, but had games, and it included XPlay. And then there was G4, which was for gamers.
And eventually got XPlay.
Eventually the 2 merged, and that's when you got the screensavers became Attack of the Show, and XPlay moved over.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so G4 at the time was great for a young gamer. There wasn't a lot of gaming culture. It wasn't a huge thing. You know, it was the first nerd acceptance thing you got.
Pretty much.
Which was cool.
And also at the same time, most people still had dial-up internet.
Yep.
If they had internet.
So
YouTube couldn't have been a thing.
Yeah, so it couldn't really work the way you would expect it to now. So there you are. Now since G4 went under, I think mid 2000s.
Something like that.
Yeah, like mid to late 2000s, I think.
I was in high school, and already by then it was mostly cops reruns.
Yeah, that made me sad when G4 just became the cops channel. Bad boys. No.
It wouldn't have been as bad if they also didn't add Campus PD to the lineup.
At least you could watch old episodes of Star Trek. DS9.
Yeah, you could watch old episodes of Trek. They had some original shows like Code Monkeys. That was decent, but that was kind of the beginning of the end.
Yeah, that was the end of the thing. But since then, I've seen them try to redo this at least 2 more times.
The current one went today, and it has been a trash fire.
I remember the very first time they were just in talks of starting it up, and they just could not get the funding. No one really wanted another G4. It just wasn't going to happen.
What's the purpose of another G4 other than nostalgia?
Yeah, that's kind of it. If you wanted to do a G4 thing now, you could do it for very minimum money using your webcam, essentially. You could have just a focus group of Twitch streamers and just have each person run the other person's stuff on their channel when they're not live streaming or whatever.
In fact, I would even argue what we're doing right now does a lot of what we're doing. A lot of what G4 and Tech TV used to do.
Yes, which is
talking about nerd news. There are a million channels that do this now, including D-Day Cobra, who is shown.
Yep.
Yeah. So this went down. One of the first things they had on when they started their stream today was they had, I don't even know who it was, but a female gamer came on and just immediately went and insulted all gamers.
Why do female gamers insult all gamers? Why do they do that? I don't understand.
It's like, good job insulting your audience.
It's day one. You're not supposed to insult your audience on day one. I don't care how pretty you are.
She wasn't pretty.
Congratulations. You've learned something. You're not pretty enough to insult a man to his face.
And she also, what she said was, Olivia Munn didn't exist for you to fap to. Like, wait a minute. Did they have segments where they have pretty much half the segments for Olivia Munn were her in cosplay or going through her panty drawer or something?
Yep.
Isn't this the channel that a major block of programming for a couple of years was to the Adult Entertainment Expo?
Yep. It's almost as if they don't know their audience. It would have been like people complaining about the Man Show, or like, oh, can you believe they'd have these girls jumping around in short shorts and tiny skirts and cheerleader outfits and their boobs jiggling? I'll go, yeah, that was kind of the entire point.
That was kind of the entire point. And I just realized my phone was at the bottom of the screen. Oops.
Whoops. It's all right. The joy of joys is people who go to me and they go, you know, I feel like you could do, but you could do more for the community. I go, you do know I take pictures of women's titties, right? Like I just go, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm very respectful. I'm very nice. I don't do anything wrong. I also pay women to take off their clothes and me to take pictures and videography of their boobies as they bounce about. Kind of my entire industry.
Pretty much. Speaking of your industry.
Oh no, what happened? Who died?
One of your competitors got into a shit show in another industry.
Which one? That's the question.
Weapons Outfitters After Dark.
Oh Lord, what did they do now?
This is kind of a couple weeks old, but it still ranges within the firearms community. So for those that don't know, Weapons Outfitters sell high quality weapon accessories and weapons. They also sell cosplay pictures.
Lewd cosplay pictures, yes.
Yes. Mostly featuring women with guns. It was starting to advertise the gun business, but it's become its own business.
Usually how that works, yes.
Mm-hmm. But you get weird crossovers. Like they sell for some of their shoots, they created Catgirl covers for TAC helmets and tactical headphones.
Why not?
In their shoots, and people wanted to buy them, so they sold them. And T-Rex Arms, another seller of high quality tactical equipment, decided to go after them for it with this right here.
Okay, yeah, I saw the. For those of you who are listening to the audio version of the podcast, it is a tactical helmet with cat ears, And the caption on it says, "People who buy accessories like these don't understand what the Second Amendment is about, what arms and armor are even for. You won't change my mind." And hey, that's their opinion. I don't. Do I believe cat girl ears need to be on tactical helmets? No. Do I think it's fun for like a shoot, and you want to be like silly? Sure, go ahead. Buy whatever the hell you want. Libertarian.
What's ironic is apparently some SEAL team members have been purchasing them.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I have worked with some spec ops before, and they aren't as serious as you would expect them to be during the op, before the op, after the op, sure, but before and during, not so much.
So that's one trash fire raging. That's kind of with one of your competitors.
Well, that is not my issue. We do not sell guns yet. Listen, I'm going down the Playboy path. If I can attach my name to it, we're gonna sell it. Okay. All right.
But there's also news in the adult entertainment industry.
Oh Lord!
We've just front loaded the porn.
Apparently, 2022, the year of porn.
So, OnlyFans star Renee Gracie is considering racing in the U.S., including NASCAR.
Is she gonna have an OnlyFans car?
Before she was on OnlyFans, she was a driver in Australian supercars.
Okay, my question is she going to sponsor herself? Is it going to be an OnlyFans sponsor car? Or is she going to have like some weird like cum rocket coin crypto based car?
I don't know, but speaking of crypto, we'll get to that in a minute.
Oh Lord! All right, okay.
So I don't know, but she's exploring her options, including NASCAR.
No, now NASCAR has some pretty stringent sponsorship things, because I was actually looking into this when I thought about it. Like we could totally sponsor a car, and then I looked into it. I'm like, they could tell me no.
They could tell you no.
They could just be like, no, fuck you. And I go, because I'm sitting there going, why isn't there a Pornhub car?
There is a Maxim car.
There is a Maxim car, but there isn't a Pornhub car. There's apparently a line. There's a line.
We might be right up against it.
We might be across it. I'm not.
I mean,
I don't know what the heck number we would have, but it would turn into a
69.
00. All right.
Oh, the 00 sold its charter.
Did it?
Yeah, it's no longer wasting a charter in the Cup Series.
Oh, there you go. All right, let's.
I forget who. I think he sold it to. I think that was the charter that got sold to Denny Hamlin's team, and now it's the 45.
Okay, whatever. What's the next bit of news we got?
Oh, speaking of NASCAR
and crypto,
let's go Brandon coin or LBC coin.
Yes, not the
NASCAR.
Yes, not the FJB coin.
So Brandon Brown last year won a NASCAR, won a Busch Series or Xfinity race at Talladega. He was being interviewed, not in Victory Lane. They used to do these interviews in Victory Lane, but now they do them right on the racetrack, close to the fans. He got interviewed. It's like, how does it feel? And meanwhile, the crowd's bored because it's post-race interview. They're waiting for the Cup race, and they start chanting, "Fuck Joe Biden," because that was the thing to do at the time.
And now we're flagged.
Anyways, I'm just reporting what happened. The reporter tries to cover it up, saying, "Oh, they're saying let's go Brandon." and a meme was born.
And then the meme was born. And
Yeah,
you know what's
Brandon Brown tried to get sponsors, but he was too associated with the meme that he couldn't find any other sponsors. And
so then
he actually complained about the meme because he couldn't find sponsors.
he's actually I'm not a part of this. Don't stop making me a part of it. I'm not political. Please stop.
Unfortunately, because he couldn't find any sponsors, he had to take a sponsorship from a meme coin based on the meme, lgbcoin.io. And this was initially approved by NASCAR because they allow crypto sponsorship.
Yep.
And then some reporter threw a bitch fit about it. NASCAR upper management heard about it, and NASCAR has been looking to ban all political sponsorships for some time.
Well, you say that, but then NASCAR added an LGBT sponsored car. So if they're gonna ban the coin, they gotta ban the gays.
I'm not on that. Anyways.
I have been researching this, by the way, because there was a point like 4 or 5 months ago where you were discussing how Hentai Cake should sponsor a car, and I began looking into this.
I was trying to get you to sponsor either Brandon Brown or Matt DiBenedetto.
Yes. And I was like, we don't have the money for that. I was like, we don't have the money for that, but let me see how much it would cost, one, and two.
A truck race ain't that expensive.
I know. And two, if it's feasible. So I began looking into it. And the very first thing I learned was there are rules to sponsorships.
Yes.
And the organization can just say no. But if the organization gives a reason for any kind of specific rule, it applies to everyone. So if they do this because of political reasons, goodbye any and all gay associated things because, well, the gay community is associated with the Democratic Party. End statement.
Anyways, so he got banned, and it was actually when he got banned, they said, "Oh, it was never approved. They announced this too early." And then LGB Coin produced receipts.
Whoops.
It's all covered in this video from David Land. David Land is an excellent source for racing news.
You can check him out on.
He's mostly, you can check him out on YouTube. He's mostly IndyCar focused, but he's all American racing.
There you go.
There are actually reasons for him to be talking about NASCAR right now because of Jack Villeneuve racing and the Daytona 500.
Yeah, we should also see if he's also on Rumble, so we can
I don't think he's on Rumble yet, but he does lean in that direction. So
yeah. So we should see if he's on anything else because just full disclosure, we will probably if we can move the live show, we will be moving the live show to Rumble or anything else, just because I feel like YouTube is on its last life. I've been feeling this way for a long time, and it's reaching this point where I feel like the next big thing is coming, and whatever the hell it is, I want to be on it before it goes nuclear.
Big. Yeah, I tried that with Mixer, and then Mixer quickly died. It blew for a second right after I joined, and then it died.
I didn't think Mixer was ever going to be that competitor. I'll be honest with you.
I thought maybe with Microsoft backing, but now looking back, it's like everything Microsoft does sucks.
Yeah, that's why I was like, nah, it's not going to happen. I thought maybe for a minute there was going to be what the heck? There was another YouTube clone. I forget what the heck it was called, but it died one day. It just died. It just stopped paying out its people and just died one day.
Are you talking about StreamMe?
Was that what it was?
StreamMe died because of they stole code to run their website. But there was a meta for a little bit where like everyone banned from YouTube was on StreamMe, and they would actually legitimately compete with each other because they paid out a bonus to whoever had the top views that week.
Yep. And so I remember that. I was like, this is going to be the one, and then that ran into that issue.
Yeah, that was right at the end of the internet blood sports era.
Yep. Right now, I was going to say BitChute would have probably been what would have been my next big guess, but BitChute has yet to grow. It's been sitting kind of complacently. I'm not sure if they're ever planning to. And
BitChute's kind of become the place to store all your stuff, but there's not really. You don't get discovered on BitChute.
No, this is where people go to see your stuff that's been banned off of YouTube, essentially. And Odyssey is great, but you need a special browser for it. And let's be honest here, Rumble is the next big thing, and it's got backings of big, powerful people.
Yeah, Rumble has the resources. Odyssey has the good intentions. It'll probably be Rumble.
It'll probably be Rumble because Rumble's building its own infrastructure right now.
Yeah, that's why they acquired Locals.
All right, what's next?
Sliding from power sliding from racing news into anime news. We have Initial D news. Initial D, they're making car ads for the GR86.
I got nothing to say here. I'm confused as to why Initial D is making car ads for, because the Initial D cars are old.
The GR86 is or the Gazoo Racing 86 is kind of the spiritual successor to the car in Initial D, the Toyota Corolla Live-In.
Are you sure?
Now.
Spiritual successor is not the same thing as funny looking boxcar.
Those models of cars, they were the same car. They all had the same code, AE80 chassis code AE86, and that's what everyone calls them, AE86 or Hachiroku. When Toyota decided to release a cheap sports car, like not like a mid-level powerhouse like a Supra, but like a cheap sports car to throw around, they created the 86, and they named it after the Hachiroku.
Okay.
And it shows up in the last season of Initial D and the movies, and also not in this article, but also launching is a new sequel series to Initial D starting next year called MF Ghost.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's not a street racing series. It's set in the near future where all cars are automated, but they have actual racing, like actual racers on real roads in official competitions.
Okay.
And the main character was trained by Takumi and drives an 86.
Okay, there you go.
Drives this car that's in the show. So they're priming the pump for the new series.
Got you. And this will make your carhead anime fans want one. I can't wait to see Love Live characters on its hood sometime later in the year.
You can always see them if you go on to Forza Horizon.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Massive anime news. AMC Networks buys anime streamer and distributes Sentai Filmworks.
And High Dive as a result. Now, this is what's funny. I did not see this coming. No one saw this coming. In fact, every single person that I know who's like in the general industry of all these streaming networks and the coders and even the other people, everyone was just like, I didn't hear shit about this. None of us knew about this until it was announced. So what?
About this.
Like Sony's buys, we knew about for years. Rooster Teeth eventually being pushed aside, we've known about for years.
We've known that for years.
The CW for sale, I've known that was coming for years. This was just like, by the way, we bought Sentai. Like, what? Just
in Sentai's defense, they've always kind of run it like by the seat of their pants.
Yes.
Or the company formerly known as ADV has always been run by the seat of its pants.
Yes, absolutely. But again, this was just left field. No one saw this coming. Even when ADV moved over to Sentai, we heard about it a little bit beforehand.
We knew that they were going through a reorganization because of bankruptcy.
Yeah, and
they
generally
were doing
speaking,
some legal they were doing some legal shadiness to keep the company afloat, but they were trying to keep it afloat.
For Sentai, for whenever one of these companies is for sale, what happens is they usually bring in an impressive looking CEO of some kind. They make some moves and changes in organizational thing, to make it look pretty for sale.
Yeah.
None of this happened for Sentai. There was no major upsets within the company structure.
And from what I heard, within that division, there's not going to be any upsets.
Yeah. So
AMC just bought this and decided, okay, we own you now. We're going to use your content. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah. So hopefully this means.
I hope it's a good sign.
I'm hoping this just means that AMC will have the ability to play all the really cool anime movies without having to fight with Funimation.
Yeah, fight with Sony.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what that means, because that would be great. I'd love to have AMC be my premier spot to just go, oh, I'm gonna go check out the new Sword Art Online movie or the new.
I would love to turn on American Movie Classics and see some vintage anime right after my John Wayne, or right before my Die Hard.
It's like John Wayne, and up next is Wolf Rain. What? Okay.
I'm waiting for the phone call from my grandfather. Why the hell is anime on my John Wayne channel? About that, Grandpa.
By the way, but we'll see what happens there. All right. I have nothing to say on this one. This was so.
I lost my audio.
He lost his audio. Did you lose it in the headphones? Did you lose it entirely? All right. Well, dead air. All right. Well, while I wait for him to go and figure out.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yes.
All right then.
I'm not getting an echo, am I?
Not for me.
Cool.
Not for me. All right. What's next?
86 delays the 2 of their episodes to March.
I have a terrible feeling about this. What? No, it's not released yet.
Someone else delayed 2 episodes.
No, not that I'm aware of. 86 was the only one announced to delay episodes. I do know their season starts later, I think, than the rest of the winter anime season, which we still have to go over, by the way.
Yeah, we still need to.
Which we will do next. We will do next week when I've had time to actually have a couple days to rest, because I haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
Because my job decided, by the way, everyone else sick on the other shift, we need you to cover.
Oh boy.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, how could I not catch COVID? I literally hugged all those people. Why did I not get sick?
Oh Lord.
I can't. I've been licking at every doorknob. Can't catch one damn thing.
I've been trying not to get sick, but I've been living my life.
Yeah.
I haven't got COVID yet. I've been to big sporting events with no mask.
Same.
I go
water
shopping
parks.
with a mask, not sick.
And shopping without a mask, water parks, doing all kinds of stuff. I have a cough, but that's mostly because it's winter. I always have a cough in the winter.
Yeah, same here.
It has to do with the fact that my lungs go cold air. Oh God, why is it cold? Immediately remove it. Ah.
And then going outside and then back in.
Yeah, that'll do it. All right, so 86. Am I surprised? No. I believe it's because of budgetary and animation concerns. I don't think it has anything with censorship. This isn't like World's End Harem. I will never ever not be
salty about that.
I will always be angry about that. Like, how dare you give me one episode and then go, "Ooh, we didn't really look at this before we allowed this to air on TV." I went, "What do you mean?" There's a whole regulatory system in place. Why don't you know about these things?
I mean, it's not the first time that's happened. Look at Night Raid 1927 or 1929.
Yeah.
Where they banned an episode, like, oh, this is fine. This is psychics doing things. Oh, wait, this is a historical drama. Oh, wait, they admit that we started the war in the Pacific.
Whoops.
It wasn't China. It was us. No, we can't show this on TV.
You can't show this on TV. All right. What's next?
Sad news. Yoji Mitsua shares cancer diagnosis.
Yoji Mitsua. He's the guy who plays all the crazy person voices, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Unfortunately, he's got prostate cancer.
Okay, well, that's awful. That's deadly. That'll kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, he had it a year ago, but he's only now sharing it now.
Well, he's been working for the entire year, so that's good at least. But like, this means we have to go and find a new VA for Dragon Ball Super and a bunch of other stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Well, this is sad news. Sad news. We've lost a lot of VAs in the last year. We've lost Betty White and Bob Saget died recently. I didn't really care about Betty White that much. To be honest with you,
that was going to happen eventually.
Everyone was like, "Can you believe this?" I go, "Yes." She was like 100 years old. I'm surprised she wasn't dead 10 years ago. No offense, but like, lady was old.
The only reason it was a shock was she was so spry all the way up to the end.
It's usually how that works. The big surprise was Bob Saget dying, and Bob Saget died the way that he lived, doing fentanyl. Listen. I love Bob Saget. He was a great comedian. He was American's dad. He was also a drug addict. What do you want from me?
He was both a hilariously offensive comedian, and he was America's dad. Most dads in America.
Like most dads in America, yeah. Which is why I went straight for the off-color joke, because he would have appreciated it.
Yes.
There you go.
We also have more sad VA news.
And what else we got? Who else died while we were gone?
Runa Narumi is to retire from voice acting due to health concerns.
What does she do?
She's in Idolmaster. She was Momoko Kanazawa in Platinum End.
Oh, she's the girl who did all the Idol characters. Okay. Yes.
So, unfortunately, it's not really saying why. Just that it's health concerns.
In this time of age, it's probably pneumonia.
Oof.
Probably pneumonia. It's usually pneumonia around this time for most people who stop suddenly for health concerns. It's usually advanced stage pneumonia. They haven't been taking care of themselves. They've been working themselves into the ground. It happens. Yeah. I've been in Japan during the winter, and it's always drafty.
Okay.
It's always drafty. I no matter unless I'm staying in a 4-star hotel, it's drafty.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that's not good news for me then.
I would tell everyone, go to Japan if you want to, but remember this: it's really hot and humid in the summertime, and it's very freaking cold in the winter.
Okay, so go during the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Everyone's there during the Cherry Blossom Festival. I hope you like being sweaty and rubbed up on.
Okay, wait till COVID's over.
There you go.
If it ever ends, it's never gonna end.
It'll never end.
Talk to your doctor before putting things in your butt.
Anyway, what's next?
I sent you this article. Am I able to show it?
Sure. I don't remember which article it was.
The Idol one, male Idol one.
Yes, go ahead.
A former idol was arrested for allegedly defrauding a college student.
Yes, I had to make sure I wasn't attached to this in any way, shape, or form. I have friends in the idol industry. So first I had to go, okay, this group sounds familiar. Do I know someone who works with this group? Is this going to come back and bite me in the ass? My general feeling on this is, first of all, the college student probably deserved it. Listen, I'm sorry. All right, I have very little to no feelings of empathy towards anyone who gets scammed because I grew up with a bunch of people who are con artists, and we ain't that bright. You're all just dumber than us. General feeling. I mean, the whole Madoff thing made me go, this sounds too good to be true. It's probably fake. This sounds too good to be true. It's probably fake. Sounds too good to be true. It's probably fake. Bernie Madoff made off with millions of dollars. How did I see this coming?
How did you see this coming?
Everyone else.
Yeah. Well, the team you root for didn't see it coming. They invested that Bonnie Bonilla money in it and lost it.
I can't control how people spend their money. I can only sit there and laugh at them.
So the idol in question is Ayumu Kuroda. He was a member of the idol group Junon, Superboy, and others. He and 26-year-old Ryoya Yatsubayashi arrested. They apparently cheated a 21-year-old out of 16 million yen.
Which, after conversion, I think is a couple $100,000.
Yeah, it's 138,000 right now.
There you go.
So, yeah, that's a thing.
There you go. So, what did we learn? That a college student got $138,000. How in the bloody hell? He deserved it.
Speaking of crime and slightly anime, but more video game related news.
What we got?
LAPD officers ignore robbery to play Pokemon Go and get fired.
Now, I'm going to say something. Were these robberies during a political riot of some kind, which is currently being endorsed by the Democratic Party?
It was in 2017.
Never mind then.
The court system is slow.
A little bit.
If you waive your right to a speedy trial, things will be fucked up for you for years.
Here's my number one issue with that.
If you don't waive your right for a speedy trial, you're probably going to get boned. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Looking at you, January 6th trespassers.
So they appealed. They've been fired. They filed a petition to appeal their firing. That was done on January 7th. Apparently, what happened was on dash cam footage.
Well, the only way I would feel less upset about this is if they were caught playing it on their body cam on their phone while just walking around.
Apparently, they had 28 years on the job.
Which city is this in again?
Los Angeles.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. After Rodney King, LAPD has kind of been saying "fuck it" the entire time. It's like I can't do shit. Why? If I get caught on camera, the entire city decides to implode.
We talked about a case in my criminal law class today that happened right before the Rodney King riots, and may have helped spark them, added to
the shit heap.
Yeah, it was the Dew case.
Oh yeah, remember that one? God, I'm
Yeah.
old.
For those that don't know, there were a lot of things that led up to the Rodney King riots, and a lot of things that led to during those riots that led to Ruth Koreans. This was one of them. That was one
Yep.
of them. Other video game news. Looks like we're GoldenEye's getting a remaster.
No, no. You know why? They're gonna add a reticle to GoldenEye, which ruins the entire point of the game.
They might have an option where you can turn it off.
I don't want it off. I want it to not exist. The whole point of GoldenEye was not really knowing whether or not you were shooting what you were shooting, unless you cheated like the rest of us and put a little dot in your fucking TV.
That's actually a fun. That's actually a thing they fight about in GoldenEye speedrunning.
Do you put a dot on your TV or not?
I think the rule right now is no. They also fight about taping two controllers together, so that you do the two controller mode, but quickly do all the single controller stuff.
Yep. Good old GoldenEye. All right.
And that's the last article.
Is it? All right. Let's talk about Katsucon.
Oh boy.
Actually, let's talk about MagFest first. So MagFest came and went.
MagFest came and went. I didn't go.
I didn't go either.
I was starting law school.
I didn't go because it's expensive, and I have a choice between Katsucon or MagFest, and Katsucon is cosplay oriented, and I deal with cosplay titties. So, that being said,
I deal with anime, and I had issues with MagFest in the past, so those issues were resolved. But
MagFest happened. I don't want to say during a state of emergency in Maryland, but pretty close.
Pretty close. They re-implemented a bunch of shit a couple weeks before.
Yeah. To the point where cops were literally patrolling the hotel grounds, making sure people were wearing their masks, which was a little much in my eyes.
PG County.
Yeah, I know. All the politicians' sons live there. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, they all live in National Harbor. But you don't mess with PG. PG. Let me put it this way: the rest of PG County except National Harbor is rough, and you don't mess with PG County cops.
There you go.
It's always been rough. And
so
PG County has always been corrupt, but has always been like that dirty. They always have that dirty Harry vibe to them because for 50 years it's been the rough neighborhood of the area.
There you go. So that's the thing. I heard attendance was down to be expected with the sudden rush of cases, and I don't know why anyone is surprised by this, because I'll tell you right now, everyone I know before they went and saw family during the Christmas season or through New Year's took a COVID test. Most people I know took a COVID test either before or after or both. So everyone's surprised that the numbers went up. I'm not surprised a little bit that the numbers went up because more people are taking testing now.
More people are taking tests, which is one of the reasons why we have a run on tests and a shortage of them.
It's one of the reasons why there are no tests in my current CVS, and everyone's sitting there like scrambling for one. And I go, relax, calm down. Are you sick? Do you feel sick? You're probably fine.
I went to go get my booster right before I left to come up to Ohio for law school. And people were threatening the pharmacist about, what do you mean you don't have any testing?
Yeah, same.
It's ridiculous.
It's relax. Do you feel sick? You're probably fine. What if I test positive? I know a few people who tested positive sat around in their house for 2 weeks, would not one symptom, and I go, might have been a false positive. That's why I don't bother getting tested unless I feel a little bit sick. Like I need something, a runny nose, something.
Yeah.
But so that happened through. So overall attendance down. A lot. It was a very muted event compared to most MagFests.
A lot of people, this was their first adventure out into the world.
Which is scary to me.
Yeah, because that means their immune system is not up to snuff.
Which is why a lot of people are coming back from MagFest sick with a flu or a bad cold or whatever, and they're freaking out about it. And I'm just like, well, like, oh, I don't have COVID. It's I'm just regular sick. Go, oh, well, you're just regular sick.
Yeah. You
Don't
know, a
know
bunch
why
of
you.
people in one spot, someone's going to catch something.
Yes.
And if your immune system's not up to snuff, it's probably going to knock you on your ass.
Yeah, that's what happened to.
Go outside, much grass.
Remember Classicon East? Our friend's sister was in the room, the same room as us, and all of us were together. All of us had gone out into the world and done stuff prior.
Yeah.
This was her first outing into the real world after sitting around at home for like almost a full year. And so, out of all of us, she's the only one who caught COVID. And she's like, "I don't understand why." I go, "Yeah, it's weird because you drove my ass home. I gave you a big old hug."
Yeah. The rest of us, we've been out in the world.
She's been sitting at home. Yeah. I'm getting echo now. Let me edit my mic settings. Okay.
I also I know I didn't catch COVID at Colossal East because I came home and found out my family had members of my family caught the virus while I was out, so I had to go get a COVID test to go back to work.
I always get tested every week at work. They stopped that recently. And now everyone has COVID all of a sudden at the same time. I go, huh, it's weird. It's like you guys let people take their test at home, and all of a sudden they all have COVID around Christmas time, around right after Christmas time. It's a funny coincidence there. Weird, very interesting. So that's going on now. Because of the sudden increase in COVID cases and because of the scare, a lot of people are bailing on Katsucon. Katsucon recently released a refund policy, so people who would like to refund their tickets can refund their tickets.
Which, by the time Katsucon rolls around, the situation will have changed because it's day to day.
Yeah, it changes week to week practically.
Yeah.
So people who are jumping ship, they're jumping ship because they are scared. That's fine. You can be scared. Do your thing.
And honestly, by the time Katsucon rolls around, we could have fully made the transition from mostly Delta to mostly Omicron. Omicron ain't shit.
According to most studies, you are correct.
Omicron's what we want because then it's the cold. Literally, it's mild cold symptoms even for the unvaccinated. That's what we want. That means it's over. We're in a good endemic state. It's over.
You're telling me that viruses mutate to the most natural way of staying alive longest, which is usually a less lethal version of itself?
Hold on. We're getting too close. We need to shut this down.
Evolution? I'm talking about the evolution of things.
Anyways, so people are freaking out about Katsucon. I still intend to go.
I'm gonna go. I have 2 panels in. I don't know if they're gonna reevaluate the panel list or not. If they do, cool. I'll throw some more stuff at them, I guess. I don't know. But I'll be there. I plan to have a good time.
I plan to be there. I'm gonna be. It's an excuse to go home. So back to
it's an excuse for me to enjoy stuff. I'm just watching every single day someone else canceling and like offering up their room, and I go, cool, offer up your room. I have zero desire for your room. I have my own room.
I don't think I'm even staying at this point. I think I'm commuting.
That's fine. I mean, you're coming from home. You spend some time with your family anyway.
Yeah,
So
I'm going to visit time with family in Manassas.
there you go.
Hopefully, not get stuck on 66 again.
Yep. And
Because I have midterms the week after.
Man Bats has got to be hurting with just Max going everywhere.
Yeah.
That's got to be rough. I can't imagine doing every single panel by myself for so long. Like I can do it in short bursts, a con here, a con there. Every con for the whole year, I'd go crazy.
Well, that's been me, but that's part of the reason why I'm downsizing.
Yeah. One of the reasons why we can expand is because we have people who can cover. Each of us can do each other's panels. Yeah. We all do it a little bit differently than the main person, but we all know the content. We all know how to do it.
Yeah.
Which is good. But watching.
Unfortunately, we got to a point where the only one who knows everything is me.
It's not a point you want to be at.
No.
Okay. I have so many things from the water park. I'm still finding it random places to go. That's okay. Yeah. So that's an ongoing thing. I'm not sure how this is going to affect any other cons for the rest of the year. As far as I know, every single con is still planning to happen.
Yeah, I know Zenkai Con's still planning to happen.
I think
I got an email about a week ago asking, like, "Hey, we lost our data on when you want to do your panel." It's like, I can do anytime, but I prefer not to do them Sunday afternoon because I got a 10-hour drive.
I was like, whenever you need me, I'll be there. And I got like a very thank you for responding so very fast. I really appreciate it. I go,
Yeah,
no problem.
I got that same email.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, no, not an issue.
That's gonna be that's gonna be very interesting.
It's gonna be a weird.
I'm gonna be coming from DC, and then I'm leaving from the con back to Ohio.
That's gonna be interesting.
Because it's the end of my spring break.
Ah.
And so it's going to be driving across the entirety of the state of Pennsylvania.
Which people go, well, that's not that bad. You've never driven across the entire state of Pennsylvania. It is
North south is forever. And I'm going to be doing it east-west.
North to south isn't that bad. East to west, you're like, oh God. I've seen the same cornfield for 5 hours. Oh, look, a city. Back to the cornfield.
How many tunnels have I been through again? That joke is 20 years out of date. There's only one on the Pennsylvania Turnpike now. One of the others is owned by Chip Ganassi. That's where he tests his cars.
Anyway. Also, Katsucon announced two cosplayer guests this year, which is weird. That's how you know there's two cosplayer guests.
Oh, is there usually only one? Because I know a bunch.
There's usually zero.
Oh.
It's usually voice actors and like industry guests, and like the fancy cosplayers just kind of show up on their own.
That might be a sign they're hurting.
Yes. Might be a sign they need to slide into their DMs. Like Big Daddy porn producer here, looking for a good time. How you doing? Where my money, bitch?
But where your models show up.
A few of them will, actually. A lot of them are sick and tired of sitting at home. And those are the ones I've been working with lately. The ones that are too afraid to go out, I'm just not working with them because I need them to go outside and do stuff. And sitting around at home, it's not good for anyone.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, even the people who sit there and tell me that they're super serious about COVID, they're still going out. But like the people who are too afraid to leave their house, I'm like, okay. Like I don't even bother asking anymore. I go, are you free this month? No? Cool, bye. And then I'll just check back in next month. I don't have the energy for this stuff. I have a business to run. I have a business to run in a pandemic, which is annoying and hard.
And you can't get any of that rescue plan money because you deal with the Empyrean interest.
You know, I just want one government grant that says, "Do you deal with lascivious content? We'll give you money." Lascivious. I love that word. Lascivious.
Is it lascivious content? I'll know it when I see it.
Good old Supreme Court. You know, they're not full of dummies. The whole COVID case thing proved that. They know exactly what they're talking about.
I don't want to piss anyone off. I'm not going to...
I don't know whether I'm lying or not. That's the funny part.
Let's just say at certain points I was throwing things across the room listening to that.
I've heard some shit and I went, man, I'm glad I dropped out of college. I'm glad I dropped out of high school. Oh boy, if this is what it means to be well educated, thank God I'm an idiot. Oof. All right. Well, this has been a fun.
You know history, and you start your mom has to listen to you as you start screaming about the smallpox vaccines.
Oh, I've had the smallpox vaccines. I still have the scar on my arm from them. And let me tell you, they sucked. Yeah. They sucked a lot because you're sitting there getting poked with the needle repeatedly. You're like, ow, 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 ow. Why are you doing this to me?
You do all 30. I'm just a civilian, but I actually do know that experience. My undergrad, I lost all my vaccine records as a kid in a flood.
Oof.
So I had so many vaccines that I needed to turn in evidence for my undergrad that they said, we don't even have time to do titers. And I got them the day I had orientation for undergrad. And so I'm sitting in my undergrad class and running a 101. I'm sitting in a classroom running a 101 fever, stuffed up, pale as it goes. Like, are you okay? It's just like, I just had 20 vaccines, so I could be here. Here's my paperwork. Oh shit. Oh, you're not gonna die. You'll be okay.
See, they gave us a bunch of vaccines, or a bunch of vaccines and shots before we went to Iraq the second time. The first time they didn't give a shit, but the second time. So they gave me.
Wait. The first time you went, you were worried about they were worried about bioweapons.
And
why did they not wait? Why did they not worry about it the first time and they panicked the second time?
Why didn't I have a gas mask both times?
Well, we know that story.
Better question. Everyone's just like, well, what are you going to do in case of this? I'm going to lock myself inside of the tank and turn on the air filtration system. But what if you need to go outside? I'm going to die. Like I just went, I'm going to die. Like I just said, then I will die. And they just went, aren't you worried about that? I've just kind of accepted it at this point. It's been a good year, 2 years, 3 years of me screaming about a gas mask. I've just gone, fuck it. I'll die.
At least that meant you didn't have to retrain.
I was cross-trained so much shit. Anyway, the point is this. So the second time they gave us all these shots, and then I was the only person who showed up for the last shot, which was the experimental anthrax vaccine.
Oh God.
Which the day after Congress said, no, you don't have to take it. But the day of, I went to go and I took it. And so I show up the following day. We're doing the following day. We're doing PT, and I'm running 103 freaking fever. PT testing. So I'm trying to pass my physical fitness test while at the same time sweating my fucking ass off and it's November in Georgia, so it's like 50 degrees out, and I'm just like I'm drenched in my own sweat, going, I don't feel too good. I don't feel too good. Pass with the bare minimum. And then I sleep, I wake up, and I'm like, I still don't feel too good. I'm going to work, like, you all right? I feel a little sick. And they're like, well, how sick did you feel, to your Lord? Like, they don't even get to my head. They're like, oh God, how are you this warm? I don't know. But yeah, so I did all of that. So I was just running a huge fever, and they had me do a PT test. And it was awful. And then like I wake up for the next day for whatever, for regular duty, and I'm like, well, all you guys who didn't do your anthrax shot, you gotta do it today. Let me tell you, it sucked. It hurts. And they're all like, yeah, well, no, Congress yesterday, we don't have to do it. I went, motherfucker. I'm just like, I hate you all. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, Silvers, you're the dumb one who went and did it. Go, you're the dumb one, because I'm the one who controlled the filtration system in the tank. So let me tell you, first shot of anthrax, you're all fucked. You're all going down. I'm like, do. Oh, fuck.
Oh, Lord.
All right, yeah. So Katsucon, I'm going. I'll be there. I expect cons are going to have this scare the entire fucking year. It's just the way it's going to be. So let's be honest here, folks. You're either gonna have to go outside, or you're gonna have to sit in your house afraid for the rest of your life. Those are your two options right now, until the political parties stop politicizing this shit, and you guys just do shit on your own. Stop doing what the government tells you to just because the government tells you to. My general answer. I'm also very libertarian, so my general answer is fuck you, government, 99% of the time.
I would show the flag hanging inside my bedroom, but my bedroom's a mess right now.
My entire house is a mess right now, but that also comes from me working nonstop for 2 months straight.
Yeah.
And like the one day I had to actually clean, I got called into work instead. Yeah, because everyone caught COVID simultaneously. Around the same time, they were tired of working nonstop. It was weird. It's weird. I'm like, wow, you all caught COVID at the same time. All of you. So, the entire shift.
My last week of work, I wasn't supposed to come in until my last day of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because my boss was like, you're out the door anyway. Oh, you're effing off to Ohio. I know you're doing work, you're documenting stuff. You can work from home. So Christmas week, fine. The week after Christmas, apparently those who were everyone who was in the office during Christmas, all caught COVID. So now that's like, no, you got to go in. God damn it.
And did they also remove all of your privileges beforehand, so you couldn't even teach the new guy?
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did that the day before my last day.
It's like, all right.
All right.
Whatever you say, buddy. All right. This has been the Geek-Posium. We've had a fun-filled talk. The year starting off grand and great. And the best part about this is watching people at cons. You're only getting two factions here, which is the I'm going to con, fuck you, and the I'm scared, I'm staying home. That's fine.
You have sub factions within that, but
yeah. I might drop the cons 21 plus group, because they're like if you sit there and you make excuses for anyone who doesn't get vaccinated, I go, listen here, buddy. I don't care if someone gets vaccinated or not. I don't give a fuck. That's their body. I'm not going to hold them down and shoot them full of shit. Okay? I'm not a fucking drug dealer. Yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of past the point of caring, so.
Okay. Now, Pfizer, if you would like to go and support me in any way, shape, or form, I will tell everyone to get vaccines all the time. But I want Big Daddy money. You give Big Daddy money, I'll tell you whatever you want. Remember to check out BioTrust /Tim for your special. For your collagen and bones. Eatwellandhealthy.com or something stupid like that. I don't even know. I will just make all these jokes because it's funny. All right.
For colloidal silver. And that's the one that gets us yeeted.
Remember, your investments matter, and in this economy, birch gold. Good night, everybody.
Good night.